Hey all, how's it going? Hopefully everyone's having a wicked one wherever you are in the world today. Just wanted to shoot a super quick video, just to more of a health update thing. As you can see, I've got something going on here. I've actually custom altered this sling, which I'll tell you why in a minute. But I've got this thing going on here, and I shared on Instagram a few days ago that I've had to have a shoulder reconstruction surgery, which is not the greatest thing for a bass player, but the long and short of it is everything is going really great. It's an injury. I actually did it over a year ago, and dicking about in the sea with my kids on surfboards and stuff. So we were in the sea, and I fell over and cracked did something to my AC joint here with my clavicle and stuff like that. Ignored it for a long time, just thought it'd heal itself, and it absolutely didn't. Went to see a specialist a few months ago, and shout out to Charlie Talbot, my surgeon, who did an incredible job. And he said, no, we need to do a full shoulder reconstruction, which is what I've had done. So all that to say that I should have full motion. They've said like 6 to 12 months, which is obviously, when I heard that, I was like 6 to 12 months. But actually I only have to wear the sling for, I think, the next 3 weeks. So I have to wear it full time, even in bed, which is a complete pain in the ass. I have to wear it in bed. So yeah, which is, that's the whole story about that. Anyway, so, and by the way, this thing here is like a customization. My arm was getting this awful rash. I was just getting this red weeping, it looked like an alien was coming out my arm or something like that. So I just chopped the bottom end out of the sling here, and as long as my elbow's in the sling here and my wrist supported, it's actually completely fine, and my arm can breathe and not get some sort of like weird fungal infection, whatever was going on. It wasn't good. I was like sticking cream on it and all kinds of stuff, and nothing was happening. Anyway, but I should be out of this, I think, in about 3 weeks. And I've already got a decent amount of motion back in my shoulder, which I'm really, really pumped about. It's still all freaking gnarly and swollen up here, so that will go over time. But as you can see, I can actually move my hand and my fingers completely normally. I can't play bass at the minute because I just can't hold the bass. I can't get this arm into position to hold the bass properly. Maybe I can do some slapping, I'm not sure. But it's kind of, I haven't tried, honestly. Kind of did. It didn't work. I couldn't play it. But all that to say, I should be out of the sling in around 3 weeks. And I think I'm going to be up and playing back to normal, I would say, in about 4 to 5 weeks. So all that to say, I put that Instagram post up. There was a massive outpouring of love. I wanted to reply to everybody. I couldn't. I was also in a massive, I didn't know how much of a state I was in. Now I can look back, and I was just completely out of it. I was on like massive loads of pain meds, and I couldn't even reply to one person, never mind. I think there was over 1,000 comments. So huge shout out if you were one of those individuals that did send some love over or like that post on Instagram. So all that to say that it's going really well. Even though full range of motion will be 6 to 12 months, I should be able to play bass within sort of like 4 weeks, I think. Really confident about that. Confident about getting this off as well, really soon. Hopefully. I hate sleeping with this thing. It's an absolute, I just sleep there like a vampire in a tomb. It ain't that great, but with all of these, people ask me about, I've got focal dystonia, right? And I've talked many times about the positives that came out of getting a neurological movement disease. If you don't know, that's why I wear gloves when I play. It's because I've got a neurological movement disease called focal dystonia. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks to have focal dystonia. It's something I'm never going to get rid of. It's always going to affect my playing, but there were so many benefits that came off the back of getting that disease. And from a self-development side of things, learning new skills, like SBL wouldn't have been born if it wasn't for me getting that disease. There's so many great, meaning I wouldn't have, had the privilege of building an amazing team and learning how to build teams and how to be part of a team. that was you know, an incredible experience that came off the back of getting focal dystonia. All that to say, there was all of these incredible things that came off the back of getting focal dystonia. And it's easy to forget sometimes that in the heat of battle, when something's going wrong like this, I was not expecting this, and I was, you know, I was pretty scared about having it done because of, you know, what I do. But same thing, all of these incredible positives have come off the back of actually having this operation, which has been really surprising. I just wasn't, you know, we never are, right? When something bad happens to us like this, or we have to go through any kind of like hard time, we're never looking forward to the lessons that we're going to learn, right? But this, just like focal dystonia, this shoulder operation and being, you know, stuck in bed for the last week, not really doing much. I'm up and about now, but, you know, it has taught me a few incredible lessons that I'm incredibly grateful for, actually. Those lessons are, number one, that I have missed playing the bass so much. It's all I've thought about. It's all I've thought of. Well, again, there's a second thing, but the first thing is I've just missed playing the bass so much. And it's made me realize how much my day-to-day kind of love of life is tied into the bass. And that I'm on like a lot. It's like, I feel like I've discovered through having this operation that I'm on a lifelong journey with this instrument, and I felt like I had my partner taken away from me. And it was just a great teacher. It was a great, this experience has really taught me that I need that in my life, and never to take it for granted. And also to dedicate myself to the mastery of the bass, because mastery is just an incredible pursuit. Like, I don't think that, you know, I'm going to be where I want to be as a player next week, probably not next week, or next year, or the year after that. What we're here to do, what I'm here to do, is it's like a celebration of mastery. It's dedicating, you know, part of my lifetime, over my lifetime, and I say part of my lifetime because I've got other pursuits, as in sort of like being a great father, being a great husband, you know, being a great teammate to everybody. I've got other pursuits that are really important, but this relationship that I have with bass is a lifelong pursuit of mastery, and something that I need to take incredibly seriously and devote my soul to, you know. And it was just a reminder of that. It was a reminder of that, how important it is. So I've spent pretty much all week in bed watching videos of bass players and bass players that I love and admire, and just like really loving listening to, you know, their playing, and just excited about, wow, I'm going to try and get those bits of language into my playing. I've also been going down a preamp valve rabbit hole that I will talk about on another episode. But all that to say that I think that the realization of like dedicating myself to a lifetime of pursuit of mastery of the bass has come out of this. The realization that it's an incredibly important thing for my sort of like my spirit to do that, to embrace that pursuit of mastery and really lean into it, and find other people to enjoy that pursuit of mastery of this instrument with as well. Play live. I've been thinking about a lot about playing live, about other projects I really want to get involved with. Obviously, I did a project last year. I've been desperate, you know, since having this. I was like, I need to be playing more live music. I need to be playing more live music. It's this realization of how important it is. When you get something taken away from you, it's always that stark reminder of, you know, oh, by the way, this thing can be taken away at any second. So when you've got it, make sure that you're really leaning in and celebrating it for what it is. So I've been thinking a lot about that. And then I've also been thinking a lot about SBL as well, and what I want to do with the channel, with the YouTube channel, and then SBL from an educational perspective. I think that we've got a lot of really exciting educational products that I'm excited to bring to market. Really to help people on this journey with me, right? They're on their own journey of this pursuit of mastery, learning the bass, you know, taking a lifetime to do so and dedicating themselves to that pursuit of mastery. So I'm really excited about a bunch of products that we've got that we've been building in the background. One of them will be coming out this year, and one of them will be starting talking more about as well, because we've been kind of running it in the background. So really excited about that. And then also for the SBL YouTube channel as well, I really want to dedicate myself next year to, I've been really inspired this year by the likes of Rick Beato and all of those incredible interviews that he's been doing on the channel. I'm not sure if you've checked out the Tony Levin one that he did recently. It was absolutely fantastic. I was watching a Dweezil Zappa interview that he did yesterday. It was sublime. The Dweezil Zappa's geekiness just sucked me in. I was like, this guy, do you know what I'm talking about? A pursuit of mastery, a pursuit of life mastery. That guy embodies that, right? Obviously, Frank Zappa's son, and he's talking about his experience with Eddie Van Halen and learning all of, like, there's so much. All that to say, you should check that episode out if you're a fan of Frank Zappa, Dweezil Zappa, or Eddie Van Halen, or Rick Beato. Definitely go check that out. It's a great episode. Anyway, all that to say that I've been incredibly inspired by those interviews, and I think that we've definitely done some incredible interviews this year on the SBL channel. Ian and Sharon have conducted, I think, the lion's share of those, but we've also had other artists on as well that I've been part of, which have been an absolute blast to do. But it's never been more evident than over the last week of lying in bed. You know, the things that bubble up when you're lying in bed and you can't do anything, the things that bubble up to the surface, I think, are the things that you should really listen to and move on, right? So for me, it was this lifetime pursuit of bass. It was playing live, being in projects, making sure that that pursuit of bass is also, you know, encompassed by the joy of making music with other individuals. It was that, but also what was bubbling to the surface was this need for me to use the SBL YouTube channel as a conduit between yourselves, you know, the YouTube audience, and all of the greatest bass players that have ever been, right? And I think that I really want to dedicate a big part of 2025 to doing an incredible interview series. I've made a list of like 40 or 50 bass players. You will know all of them, all of the bass players that you would imagine are on this list. And I want to interview them all for the SBL channel. I want to get all of them having these long form, in-depth conversations on the SBL YouTube channel, because it has to be done. Otherwise, these incredible musicians who they've gone through that lifetime pursuit of mastery of the bass, and they've accomplished it, and they're in it, they're doing it, right? And I think that they should be able to share their stories and their bass lines and their thoughts and their approaches with all of the bass players of the world. And I think to not do that would be a freaking crime against bass. So yeah, so I'm going to dedicate 2025 to those 3 or 4 areas that I was talking about there, and I'm really, really incredibly excited about it. And so yeah, get ready for some incredible interviews coming to the SBL YouTube channel. If you have got somebody where you're like, oh, you need to interview this individual, please let me know in the comments who they are. I want to hear from you guys who they are. I'm planning to go out to LA in January this year. Do you want to come and say hello? In January this year, and this is winter. You've been my nurse, haven't you? Yes. Nurse for the week. Have you been nursing me? No. Yeah, you have. Flight of the Navigator is coming now. So let me know in the comments. We're going to go watch Flight of the Navigator, because I told Winter that it was one of the greatest films of all time. If you've not seen it, go check it out. Anyway, gonna love you and oh, you're here as well. Here we are. The full child package. How cool does he look in this hat? Come on. Anybody remember this hat on the SBL YouTube channel? Can you remember when I used to wear it on the channel? Yeah. Say bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye.
See you in a bit, guys. Thanks so much.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.